You think we're gonna beat all these games?
Whoa.
Hey, let's give a shout out to the October acoustic video from Do a Barrel Roll, Mount Moon.
Yes.
We're heading in. Okay.
Which there was some brief footage of me playing
yes,
this game.
that was Vaughn playing the game. And some of it was me too, because we had to redo some of it later. So for today's decision.
Yep, decision time.
This is a big one.
Decision 2016.
We're voting on which or how many consecutive Zubats that we will run into. We're going to be picking a number between 0 and 10. Because I picked... Vaughn made the last decision, yep, so I get to pick my number
for
first.
PG versus... Or for the CATERPIE thing.
Yeah. I'm going to say 8.
Okay.
8 consecutive Zubats before we see something else. And Vaughn's going to get to pick a number here.
I'm going to say 5.
5? Oh man. Okay. So I think Zubat is like Zuby. I think Zuby is like 70% on this floor. That's Bubble Beam. That's going to be really useful to us at some point here. All right, there's Zubat number 1.
All right. What if we didn't see a Zubat here? What would we...
I mean, it's a possibility. I think Geodude is like 15% or something like that, maybe 20. This is going to be a great opportunity.
You know how often that happens.
For us to train Stu.
15% of the time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's another item up here.
Crazy.
Ooh, trainer. Yeah. And we're not counting the trainer Pokemon, obviously. Let's see what this guy's got. Is he a bug catcher? Suspicious men are in the cave. What about you? Yeah, he's a bug catcher. So we should be fine using Stu against this guy too.
We'll wreck him.
Oh, this will be great because he's poisoned, so he's just gonna go way down. Goodbye.
Dead. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
And see, this is where having Beedrill would have been not so good, because Butterfree is fantastic in Mount Moon because of all these poison typings that Confusion is super effective against. Whereas Beedrill would have a pretty rough time against Zubat and a really rough time against Geodude if he were to run into one. He'd do okay against what's his name? Paris. This is going to be kind of a tough fight. This is a Clefairy that's kind of overleveled. But we should be okay with our 2 Pokemon. It's just one Pokemon.
I'm waiting for my friends to find me here in this cave.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Just chilling. In
this scary cave filled with bats. Look how great Clefairy looks, though.
So cute.
It's a great sprite for Gen 1.
It really is.
Clefairy is like Jigglypuff and has a ton of HP. So hopefully we can get some confusion here. Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
Oh, that did a lot of damage to her.
Yeah.
Him.
Clefairy is banned, obviously, in our playthrough. Luckily, Clefairy doesn't only know Sing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't spam it as much as Jigglypuff does. So this is actually a much easier fight than the last Jigglypuff that we ran into a while back. So that's all done.
Oh, I got a couple little nuggets from GR.
Yeah, a couple more.
We're still kind of
Gamers
digesting
Rhapsody.
it because it's very fresh for us.
Oh, absolutely. All right, that's 2 Zubats.
Yep. Count 2 Zubats.
Yep, keep that Zubat count on the screen.
Write it down. So you had met these guys before, but I had never met them before. And this was Jaron Moore and Eric, I think it's Buchholz. Buckles.
Yeah.
Kind of like a belt buckle.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Basically.
Interesting.
Yeah, the Zelda Symphony guys turned Pokemon Symphony guys.
Yes.
Very cool dudes.
And also Eric.
That's 3 Zubats.
Was with ZREO.
Yes, way back in the day.
Yeah.
That was kind of how he got to be a part of the Zelda thing.
Yeah. Which is, but so I got to just like pick their brains for a while.
Yeah.
Just like me and them.
Yeah.
And just chilling in like the main hall. And so Jaron is a good friend of Jeremy Soule.
Yes.
Who?
Are they childhood buddies? Or they were like school buddies? Like college or something?
I think it was school.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure.
I think they both went to college together.
Okay.
But Jeremy Soule is the composer for
Elder Scrolls,
Skyrim, and many great interesting things before that.
What was one of the other ones that he mentioned? He's got a huge catalog of games. But he told me all sorts of funny and interesting stories about Jeremy, and that was just super interesting as like a big fan of him. And
yeah, to meet somebody who knows him very personally.
Yeah, like he said, the first thing that I asked him, what, that fucking pose.
Dude, it's the super nerd.
What is he doing?
Ooh, Magnemite.
Is that supposed to be a
Magnemite's legal
glass?
in this playthrough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it kind of looks like the
I can't see a thing without my glasses.
Yeah.
like he's searching for his contact lens on the ground. Something like that.
But so Eric, Jaren was saying, the first thing he told me about Jeremy Soule was that the two of them exchange poop jokes regularly.
Nice.
Which is, I just find it pretty comical.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. If you say you don't exchange poop jokes with one person or another, you're probably just lying to yourself.
Or a dull person. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Volty.
One of the two.
Oh, you're gonna get zapped.
He actually doesn't know any electric moves.
Okay.
Gen 1 Electrode does not learn any electric moves. How about that?
So wait,
he can learn them by TM. But Voltorb and Electrode in Gen 1 do not learn any electric type moves.
They don't learn shock.
They don't learn Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt, Thunder Wave, none of it. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Well thought out.
Yeah, good job. Game Freak.
We also just Jaren just grabbed his laptop and just started mining stuff that he had from Jeremy Soule.
Oh, really?
That the public had not heard before.
Yeah.
And it was super interesting. He just had so much to say about it. We just got to sit there and listen to all this stuff that was from games that got cut, or tracks from games that just didn't get put in.
Yeah.
Or pre-mixes, and it was really cool.
Yeah, which reminds me of the Duke Nukem Forever stuff he was talking about in his panel.
Yeah.
How that game was made 5 different times.
Yeah. He showed me some of that.
Some of the music?
It was
really cool.
And one of them was just this 20-minute long boss theme that just kept going and going.
Wow.
It was super intense. Yeah, it was super cool to talk to them. And then there was all kinds of fun stuff that happened this year. We had a little Tetris showdown.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I had to miss that. I really wanted to see it.
So what we did is so I work with a guy named Ben Mullen, and he is the current world champion of NES Tetris and SNES Tetris. But in SNES Tetris, he's tied for the world record with a bunch of people. But in NES Tetris,
is that
he's
a high
sole
score
holder.
or is it a time?
A high score.
Okay.
I think it's
Tetris
just 999,999, something like that.
Oh.
A bunch of people have reached that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they maxed out the counter.
Yeah, but he's the sole world record holder for NES Tetris.
Oh, okay.
High score. So he's amazing at Tetris. And I have this friend, Paul, who's really good at specifically Tetris Friends, which is a browser-based Tetris thing.
Yeah, I've never heard of that before.
And so what we did is we essentially just had these two have an exhibition match where they had 15 levels to get as high a score they could.
Yeah.
Did you know there was a trainer there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I was a little worried.
Shocker.
Yeah.
A little spook for you.
A little spook in the...
Yeah, she's not anything to worry about. She's got an Oddish, but we're going to wreck him with confusion.
Man, I forgot how some of these sprites looked.
Dude, it's
kind of funny.
Gen 1 sprites are pretty special. Some of them look good, some of them do not.
Yeah, Clefairy looked really, really great.
Yeah, Clefairy looks great. The Pokemon Green sprites from the Japanese version before they revised them for the US releases. Whew,
are they horrible?
Those are really bad. Some of them are so bad. God, they're just hideous. Go if you've never looked at the Pokemon Green.
I don't think I've ever seen these.
Pokemon Green sprite sheet for the Game Boy.
Sucks.
Go check those out. It's worth the lulz. There's some great stuff in there. I mean, look at that Bellsprout. He looks terrible, right?
Yeah.
But just imagine worse than that.
Okay.
More derpy. Head over to that Pokemon Green sprite sheet. Google image search that. You'll have a great time.
Oh, but yeah, so Ben just picked up this game for the first time, and
oh, the Tetris Friends.
Yep. 5 minutes in, he just something clicks, and he's just okay, and he just starts getting.
Oh, was that 4?
Yeah.
Well, either way, you picked 5.
Yep.
It was definitely not 5. So it looks like Vaughn takes it.
Well.
Interesting.
Man. Another choice for...
So Vaughn gets to make a pretty big decision here when we get to Cerulean City. We're going to have a choice between Ekans and Oddish. And also included in this decision is Paris, which is found in Mount Moon here.
Okay.
One of those 3 is going to be our next Pokemon. And they all have pretty even pros and cons, just like most of the decisions that we're going to make in this game, or in this playthrough. So tomorrow on the boys
decision,
we will start talking about all the different pros and cons
of those 3 dudes,
of those 3 choices, and you
those
guys,
3 potential boys. They might become boys.
One of those 3.
Only one gets to become a boy.
One of those 3 will become the next Pokemon in our party.
They get to join the
ranks,
the Backlog boys.
Yeah, and all 3 of them luckily are pretty useful, and we could use for a long time.
That's cool.
So yeah, we'll kind of walk it through with you guys, and you guys can see what you think and see how we fare. See how our decision lines up with yours.
So join us tomorrow for that.
Yep, tomorrow on BOYSLOCKE, another decision.
And another Zubat.
At least.